So good morning, everybody. This is Mac Mango, and I've been off of YouTube for about a month, and I'm in Liberia. And due to certain things, just a little things here, some little things here and there. But let's get to the point. You know, most men nowadays badmouth our Liberian women, or the girls, or whatever. And let's not forget that I would say in Africa, Liberia has one of the strongest women on the planet, some of the strongest women on the planet. Um, Liberian women are great and cook, clean, work hard, and all that. But let's talk about some of the problem. Excuse my French if I say anything mean or anything nasty or anything evil, but the truth be told, people ask me about things like this. As a Liberian man, as a Liberian guy, growing up among Liberian women, I have a lot of female cousins and a lot of, women I hang around, and just name it. I have Liberian daughters, actually. So, you should know that there's a lot of stories out here. But one of the things that messed up our society, our culture, our females' values and all that, we should look at it. As a matter of fact, all around Africa, not just Liberian women. But since I am a Liberian and we are focusing on Liberia today, I would tell you, because I got some Nigerian friends, I got some, or let's say associates or whatever, and I got some different people that I meet always. I travel a lot, so people ask me, people tell me Liberian girls are so beautiful. I like their shape. And, nowadays men look at shape a lot and, just the structure of a female, the build, nice backside and you just name it. But at the end of the day, there's always a but. They're like, but most of them never say no. I'm like, I frown on it a little bit. I feel bad a little bit, but I don't show it because you don't always show your emotions. That's how I feel. So, and they're like, most of them are sluts. Most of them are low value, low self-esteem. And sometimes, most of the time, I try to make up excuses for that. But sometimes, too, I just say, but I think it's every female. I think it's every, it's all around the world. It's not just Liberia. But let's focus on where that come from. So we talk about before the Civil War, what Liberian women look like, what did they do, what were they doing. All right, let's talk about at least value and tradition, culture, society, and all that. So before 1980, what happened? Liberians, they were both men and women working. It was low. The female in the working side of things in Liberia were focused on, they were more housewives and, staying at home. Their husbands go out, make the money, and bring the money back. And the women take care of the kids and all these different things, back in the day. But now, since the whole world is focused on America and copy of America, so people started, don't get me wrong, there were women in, the workforce in Liberia, but not that many. So those things from back then passed down, and now we got more women working today than the men in Liberia. So when people talk about women and da-da-da-da and da-da-da, I just look and be like, wow. In Liberia, we have more lazy men than women. Even in America, we have more lazy Liberian men than women. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing my brothers or myself or whatever, but I'm just saying the truth that Liberian women are hardworking, very hardworking, starting with my mother. Liberian women are very hardworking in so many ways, and they go to, now more Liberian women going to school than Liberian men. And now let's talk about, the values. So where, for example, the regular young girl in Liberia is looking for a man that's flashy and a man that has money and a man that, all out there like that. But, as you get older, things change. So she would rather be with a man that can support her, take care of her family. So if you look at it, who's, the parents push them towards the side where they see a light, a little glitter, a little bling bling, actually, where it looks like there's money over there. So they push them that way. But another thing you should look at, why do that? Why does this happen? Because poverty, that's the first thing. And poverty in every country. In America, they got women sleeping around for money in the streets. Go to Las Vegas, go to New York, just go around big cities, strip clubs, and all these different things. People do things for personal reasons, but I would not sit here and badge an entire country the females in the country, because there are a lot of people today that have low values. And when we talk about low values, for example, sleeping around for money, that's low value. But sometimes we don't understand the situation they are in. I'm not trying to make excuses for these women, but I'm just saying sometimes people do some things, and I would blame most of the time some of these girls don't have good mothers to advise them. Some of these mothers got, stuff in the war and all these different things, different situations. We got to look at things here and there. I am a man. I don't understand sometimes how a woman feel. I can think about it. I can try to imagine it, but I can't really wrap my head around how a woman feel when she doesn't have it for her kids to provide. So what happened then when a guy with money approached this woman? She may fall for that, but then somebody will ask me, what about selling? What about doing this and doing that and doing that? And most of these women in this country right now, I know a lot of women, that great women in Liberia today, building their own houses, buying their own properties, working hard with the government, working hard with private sectors, working hard, house maid, servants, selling eggs in the street. I don't mean their eggs. I mean like chicken eggs and oranges, fruits, and selling in the marketplaces, getting involved in susu, getting involved in so many things. So you cannot really just badge an entire group of people talking about Liberian women are sluts, Liberian women are prostitutes, Liberian women are this. Every every woman around the world, every culture has different things that they do. Our women were violated, our women were raped, and still getting raped today as we speak. And it's just a whole lot of things that's going on in Liberia that we cannot elaborate. And going around the world, matter of fact, I went to Sierra Leone, a lot of young girls involved in prostitution. And we got pretty much similar culture, but it's more respect in Sierra Leone than Liberia. I think Liberia, the women are more aggressive when it comes to the way they talk, the way, certain things are being handled, like abuse and things like that. I think a lot of women were abused, so they tend to react. If you throw a ball on the wall, the way you throw it, that's the way it comes back. So you should think about it. So what about men being aggressive towards women? These women tend to be more defensive or aggressive too, trying to fight back. So you get that a lot when certain treatment come from the opposite sex. So I would say Liberian women are one of the best in Africa. They cook, they clean, they take care of themselves, and things like that. So they provide for families, for mom, dad, and their entire family. Sometimes the young girl in the family is providing for her entire home, which is selling her body or whatever she's doing to provide for her people. And it's more like a norm now in Liberia. So it's sad. So and putting this video out there, I'm not putting it just to do this, but I'm doing that not just because of YouTube too, but I'm doing that so we can have more females organizations to encourage our young women how to build, how to be that alphas or whatever, how to be people to go out there and get it instead of, depending on a man for it. We still got a lot of great women out here working for things, but at the end of the day, they still depend on a man to do things sometimes. They still depend on a man's money instead of going and work, instead of going and, do certain things. Most of the young girls are involved in selling their bodies. And people, it's allegedly said that, people, they even go up to voodooing people and, to get them to do things for them, steal and rob people and all that. And I mean, I know personally that happened, So it's a whole lot of different things out here, and it's just in Africa. But since we focus on Liberia, like I'm always saying, it's sad to see that a bunch of women from a strong background come up to be this way. And hopefully the next generation would change some of these things, because there's no war in Liberia right now, but there's a war on poverty. There's a war on a whole lot of things in society. It's all around the world. But what can we do to fix this? What can we do? We should have more females organizations to make our women and more like entrepreneurs, more like going to the business side and focusing on owning businesses and all that. Most people come from the Western world so they can have the money to afford all this, and most people follow different kind of things to get money. But I'm not really gonna go into specific details about how these girls make money in the third world countries, but most of the time it's by prostitution. Most of the time they got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boyfriends that bring in maybe a little bit here and there and there and there, and to provide. But few of these women work hard for their money, so you cannot bash the entire females in Liberia and say they this, they this, they that, they that. They got some great women from Liberia, and war destroyed livelihood, traditions, because every country Liberian women went to, they learned something from there. They adapted something and came back with it. So we should be more softer on our women. Went through crazy war and rape and a whole lot of things, a whole lot of stigma on the Liberian women. Some of these women in the Western world, they didn't see the war, but they just adapted other people's culture, like, the American culture, sex and drugs and different things are introduced at an early age. So most of these women got involved in that. So you cannot just say Liberian. And Liberians are more closer to American than any African country. So we should focus on that. We should look at how we copy and paste from America to Liberia. So hopefully we can elaborate on this more in the next video, and in maybe some videos to come or whatever. But we need more females organizations in Liberia to kind of assist. And thanks to Barack or whatever for helping females, donating money and loaning money to the females who want to do business and all that. We got a few. I think we need more in Liberia, and thanks to few people that I've been talking to from the Western world, and hopefully this happen. Hopefully all the good plans they have for the females in Liberia will be successful and will be great. So we're looking up to doing better. We're looking up to improve the workforce on the female side of things. We look more to help our females and not bash them and not talk bad about them, but there is an excuse for some of these things that are happening. And always, 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 please, if you could help somebody without trying to know about their nakedness or whatever, without trying to go between their legs, as a man from Liberia, we should try to help some people. I know, sometimes these women say, "Oh, I got my junk, I got his food chasing me, blah, I'm gonna eat his money," and all that. It's all up here. The mentality is messed up. It's jacked up. It's really jacked up. So it's just kind of hard. So thanks for watching. Share the video and stay tuned. I don't want to stay too long posting this, and thank you all. There's more video coming. Stay tuned. Thank you.